Good morning. So the previous class we have seen array list and asset. Okay. If you know array list, asset also very easy. So there are some difference between these array list and asset we discussed. If you are not watching my previous class, go and watch it my previous class and comes with these new topics. So today we will go and new concepts in collection frame. Okay. So before what we are doing, so we created many objects like different objects and we are adding within the asset and array list. Okay, so to see, if you see here, let me remove this asset first. So while we creating asset, okay, asset al equals to new asset. So automatically this angular braces will come, right? This angular braces is come. So why? So why? Because in this angular braces, you could define what type of it is. So what type of object it is. So now see the errors. Now see the errors. See this method add integer in the type of asset integer. It's not applicable for the argument string. See? So except integer. For integer there is no error. For float and everything, string and double float, there is error. Why error? So the method add, see, here it is showing error. So that means you are generic. So you are specifying from the generic to a specific type. Okay. So in your array, you are saying, so I want only integer. That's why within the angular braces you mention, I only this particular integer only I can accept. You are extracting. Okay. So from generalization to specialization. Okay. Okay. So generalization take any object. Okay. Before it take any object, whenever you are not declare this. But here you declare, then only accept integers because we are specifying. Okay. So this concept is called generics. So whenever you are using generic, so that type of object only it will take. Okay. See, if you want, you can declare here. Other than you can just ignore this. No problem. Okay. If you want, you can declare it. Okay. If you want, you can declare it like the same. See here. This. Okay. No problem. Okay. Both are valid syntax. But left side you have to must and should declare it. Okay. Integer. Okay. So whenever you create a generic to that collection object can take only that type only. Okay. We just remember this concept. This is generic concept. Okay. So what is generics? So generic means if you want to restrict your collection object to a specific type. So you have to mention that specific type only from the generic to specialization. Okay. Then it takes only accept the object. Those type objects only. Other than all showing error. Okay. And if you put here object here, see, there is no error. No, there is no error because object is any type of object here. Okay. By defaultly object also. See, if you see by default object it is. Okay. So by default it takes any object. This is general concept in collection. Okay. Okay. Now let me go to the new concept. Okay. So array list can have two classes, right? So one is array list, the second one is linked list. Okay. So we'll see linked list in this class. Okay. So let me create one more class. I don't want to disturb this existing class. Okay, how to create a class? Right click, new class. Okay, let's take some. Okay. So what is the first step? So create collection object. So first step is create collection object. Okay. So you know name, right? So the implemented list class is linked list. Linked list. So okay. This is also from Java util package. So linked list. Okay. First new linked list. Okay. So linked list object is created. Next step. Okay. See, let me take this linked list only accept integers. So how to do it? So within the Angular braces, I need to mention integers. Okay. Now this linked list can accept only integer objects. Generic. Okay. I'm using generic. Now next. So create integer objects. So integer objects. So create few integer objects. Okay. So let me create integer objects. So integer I1 equals to new integer value 100. So let me copy this. Okay. So this is I2, I3, I4. Okay. Here 50 and 150, 120. So these are the integer objects I have. Next, adding integer objects to collection object in linked list object. So what is the method to add? Before we use method to add, what is the method? We'll see. Dot add method. Okay. So I1. So like this, we can add whatever the objects are there. So we have created 4 objects, right? So this is I2, 3, 4. And next step. Once you add elements, so we have to get the element. So by using iterator. If you are using iterator means next we are so step fetch elements from link list objects with help of iterator, right? Iterator. So I told you, right? So whatever the collection objects are there. Those are having a method called iterator. So if you see here, okay, so linked list dot iterator. See, iterator method is available. Oh, now this iterator will return. So iterator interface. Iterator, iterator. Okay, iterator. So ID equals to. So okay. So no need. So iterator. Okay. So once you get the iterator, while loop and while loop it dot hash next. How to check the elements? Hash next. So if the elements are there, it is going inside the while, then it dot next, right? Okay, it dot next. So this is written object, right? Now we have to typecast it to integer type. So we have integers, right? Integer. Okay. Now, so integer, we can say obj. So into obj, integer objects. Integer objects. Okay. Now we can print sys out here and that int object. Okay. See. Okay. So here we did. So we created a linked list object and we created a, so we assign only specification we are doing here, integer only it can accept. So we created a few integer objects and assign some values to this, and we are adding to that particular whatever the objects we have, these are we are adding to the collection object. And next while we are using iterator, we are doing it. So that we have done, right? Okay. Okay. Let me run this. 100, 50, 150, 120. Okay. 120. So whatever rules are applicable for array list, same rules are applicable here. Then what is the difference? The difference is from linked list to array list. So array list uses the dynamic array concept for insertion, for updation, deletion. Okay. But here linked list uses double list. A double list. That I will tell you that exactly. Okay. Here it is not using dynamic array concept. So compared to the array list and linked list, array list insertion and deletion of element, it takes more time when compared to linked list, because in linked list that elements which are stored are not continuous. So but in array list those are continuous. So here wherever memory is there, those are stored and they are not giving for address. That is the reason in linked list insertion deletion of element is very easy. So array list, the insertion and deletion of bit take time compared to the linked list. And array list getting elements or accessing elements are very fast compared to this linked list. But this linked list accessing elements or getting elements are bit slow compared to array list. And one more important point is whenever you create array list, what is the default capacity of array list? 10, right? So, but here the linked list, the default capacity is not assigned. It is 0. Whenever you are adding elements, then only it is taken. So, it is not default size is 10. Okay. Okay. So, these are so one is insertion, deletion of first linked list. So insertion deletion slow when compared to linked list in array list. Array list is slow. So linked list is fast. Second point is getting elements from array list is fast when compared to the linked list. Okay. And array list, the default capacity is 10. So in linked list, default capacity is 0. Okay. So array list uses dynamic array whenever adding elements increasing, whenever removing elements decrease. But here linked list, it implements, see if you see here, see it is using a DQ and list. It implements a DQ and list. So it uses double list. Okay. So you also collection. So list also collection, both queue and list. Okay. DQ also is kind of queue thing. We discussed it, right? So that is the reason initiation and deletion are fast. Linked list and insertion deletion are slow array list. And getting elements in fast in array list. Okay. So the default capacity is very, very important. Array list is 10. This linked list is 0. Okay. Okay. If you see here, if you see here, see construct an empty list. Okay. If you see array list, there might be a there. Okay. Okay. And see, whatever order you are getting, so see, whatever order you are adding, that order you are getting. Okay. If I want to get an ascending order, so how to get it? So you are adding elements, right? So before iterating here, so you can use a class called collection, collections. See, collection is an interface, collections here. This is a class. Here we have a sort method. So that list you can pass here. List you can pass here. See, 50, 100, 120, 150. So before we are getting same order, what order you are adding. Now whenever you use collections dot sort linked list, so then we are getting ascending order. So sorting element in ascending. order. Okay. So this sort method is automatically implemented sorting of the elements. Okay. See this class consistency. It's just a starting method that operator and okay. Okay. So after adding your elements only, you have to put sorting. See, see, here I am taking only generic type, right? See, I am taking only generic type. See, see, it can take only accept different element, but the accept I only take this integer. Okay, as of now. Okay. For different elements, you can't do sort, right? Because those are different elements. But as of now, we are taking only single integer object. Now we are sorting. Okay. Okay. So I hope you are all understand this linked list. See, if you know the only one concept very clear, then automatically you know the other concepts. Okay. Next. And what is the another class of implemented set? So we have discussed asset. There is one more class is TreeSet. Okay. There is one more class is TreeSet. Tree set. See, set. Okay. Now TS equals to new TreeSet. Okay. Okay. Let me comment this linked list. So this is here also. Let me take only integers. So this is my reference. So let me use this reference everywhere. Okay. 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 Here. Okay. So here also. So and also let me comment the sorting order also. Okay. Let me comment the sorting order as well. Okay. So here I just create a tree set. It can accept only integers. I have created few objects. So I adding with this tree set objects into other objects. Okay. Iterator I am doing to print whatever the objects are there. Okay. Great. So which order you are adding elements here? So same order, whatever the order you are getting, that order you are. Okay. Let me run this. See, did you get any difference here? See here. So here by default, this tree set will give you ascending order. Okay. You see here, we are not using any collections dot sort. So tree set it default sorted. You no need to use collection dot this. Okay. 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 Tree sets are default sorted to ascending order. So whenever you are adding elements to tree set, those are sorted by default. But in asset, not sorted. Okay. So here sorted. So see, forget about whatever order you are adding, but here it is by default for you, it is giving ascending order. So for strings also same. If you are using strings also, it is giving, if you see here, see, you can see the capacity. Capacity. So see here. So construct a new empty tree set sorted according to the natural ordering of its elements. All elements inserted into the set must implement the comparable interface. Okay. So construct new empty tree set. Okay. Sorted according to the natural ordering of its element. So ascending order is the natural order here. So all elements inserted into the set must implement the comparable interface. So if you see here, see, because whenever we create, see, those are not started right before. What are the array list and those? If you see here, there is a name called comparable. So whatever objects are adding, see what are the objects? See, if you see here, comparable implements the comparable. Okay, what objects you are going to add? If those classes are implemented, comparable for those objects automatically sorted. For those objects automatically sorted. So, but if you are creating any custom things, okay, but if you are not implement comparable thing, you are adding your custom objects to the set, those are not defaultly sorted. Okay, custom things means we have a custom classes, right? If those custom classes are not implemented, these comparable, those are not a default sorted. Okay, so this is very, very important. Why integer strings are sorted by using any this tree set. Okay, so implementing comparable. So those are implemented comparable. That's why we are defaultly giving you sorted order. Whenever you using tree set, by default, those are sorted. Okay. Okay, I hope you are all understand this tree set as well. So, but there is a difference. So this tree set will provide a default ascending order. You don't want to use these collections dot sort dot, okay, of this your. So this will provide automatically for any type of, so string. If you are using string, then it will provide the ascending order. Okay. So okay. So before in future sessions, we will see more the comparable and all. Okay. As of now, we just mentioned. See, so there is a comparable, whatever the objects you are using integer and these are implements the comparable. That's why we are defaultly using ascending order while we creating tree set. Okay. You just, so now you got the 50. Okay. So now I want to create now let me create one more example with using a string this time. Okay, tree set. Okay, so here let me copy this. So here let me copy this. Okay, so comment here, and this should add a string. Okay, so these are not needed. Okay, now here let me create a string. So s1 equals to new string. Okay. So here S1, S2, S3, and S4. So here, let me say here Java, and next, so Python. So here Angular. Okay. Here, mm, so here S1, S2, S3, S4. So those are added successfully. Next, so here what type we need to do? String, right? Here string and string. Okay. So I am not using any collection dot sort. Okay. Okay. See, Angular, Java, Node, Python. Okay. See here, Angular, Java, Node, Python. So those are printed successfully. So the sorted order. So what order you are giving here? Java first, Python and Angular Node. But you are getting assigning order by default whenever you use TreeSet. Because this string also implements, see, comparable. This implements comparable. So that is the reason those are sorted by default. So by default, sorting order. If you are using your custom classes, those are not by default sorted because those are not implemented comparable. Okay. So it must should implement comparable. Okay. So, okay. So I hope you all understand this. So tree set and linked list. So that's it today I have. Okay.